Hey everybody, we are back once more with Jump into Final Fantasy, and let's just get into it and see what our picks are. We have Bold, we have Weapons, and we have Valiant. Now, in my ranking video, I think out of the three of these, I think I did have Weapons ranked the highest. Bold also gets a couple of points if you're really trying to get into mages. Obviously, Bold, being in red, is a good chance to get there. But I think we're going to just go ahead and take Weapons. I think it's a great deck. I think Dragoon's Lance is a super powerful card. And here we're going to get the choices of Chocobo, Bold, or Valiant. So Valiant is the go wide strategy that seems to work a little bit better with the Weapons deck, although I am tempted to take Chocobo here also, just because it is a really fun deck. Do I want to go wide? Do I want to go tall with like a Zaz Chocobo, right? There's not much to this card other than a 1-drop 0-1 that grows big over the course of the game. It's not asking you to do anything specific. Play lands, which is something that you were meant to be doing anyway, versus something like Valiant, where, you know, this is this creature, Garnet, this is removing saga counters from lore counters from sagas and having them recur over and over again. You know what? Let's have some fun. Let's take Chocobo. I think Valiant, if you're looking to say, like, I only have this much time to play and I really need to win this many games, like, what is the optimal strategy? I think Valiant may be a little bit more on the winning side, but Chocobo seems like a lot of fun, and I've played Wild Chocobo and really had a good time with it. The first time I played it, I didn't do too well. I didn't curve out all that often, but then the second time I played it, I did curve out a lot more frequently, and so it was a lot more powerful and a lot more fun. We will see the power of Dragoon's Lance here. Not very much happening on the green side, but we are on the draw, and so I think we can eventually get there. The downside for Dragoon's Lance is it does cost 4 mana in order to re-equip it to a new creature. The upside is it's +1 and flying, and usually you get a bunch of value there with the flying. So this is 1 mana of any color at the cost of some tempo, because you'd have to pay 1, so you'd have to use 2 lands in order to get a green. Will it come up? It might, and if it does, great, but we will try and curve out first. This is a jump card, so it has flying on their turn, and you can use it to you can tap it in order to make red for equipment. Dragoon's Lance, it does also have jump, meaning that it's only flying on your turn when you would be attacking, so it's not going to be able to block this flying. Question here between Paladin's Arms and Ash. I think it's Ash, specifically around whether or not they have enough blockers, because if you can get Ash to attack a couple of times, that's great. And we do have a Chocobo Kick, and we do have the mana to cast it, because it will cost 3 mana if we don't end up getting a green land here. Let's see what our opponent does. My assumption is it's going to be a job select, and they're deciding, do they attack or do they... Okay. Slash of Light. And that should signal an attack, no problem. Okay. We do get that forest. We are going to lead off with Ash, aren't we? So, Traveling Chocobo 3/2. Look at the top card at any time. You can play lands and bird spells from the top of your deck. If it's a land or a bird enters the battlefield, it triggers twice. Okay. I think we're going to play Ash, since we've already played a land for turn. And if there's a land on the top of the deck, so we have Chocobo Kick up if we need to get rid of a blocker in order to attack, since Ash's ability is look at the top 5 cards when you attack, and you can put an artifact from among them into your hand. So, yeah, see, this is going to be a 4/3. Chocobo's Kick deals damage and not fight, so we can go ahead and do that. Slash of Light is interesting. But it's just kick here, right? Kick here, attack, have a Slash of Light up. I mean, it might be worth slashing this, but since it's an instant spell, we will go ahead and if he plays land and then tries to re-equip, that would be a perfect time to Slash of Light. That would be such a loss of tempo on their side. I think that might be the end of it. They're hovering over the card. I hope they're not planning on doing this. With 3 cards in hand, you would think that they would have something else to do with their mana. On our side, obviously, we would love it. Not only would it waste their mana for a turn, we would be able to attack again. Oh yeah, that's not good. Okay, well, if you have 3 blanks in your hands, right? If they're all lands or whatever, there's nothing else you can do. So we'll attack first. No equipment there. We can Traveling Chocobo. Play a land. And we know we're going to be picking up Precious Wanderings. Okay, another Job Select. I'm a big fan of the Job Select equipment. I think it makes it so much easier to put equipment in the deck when it's coming with a body, even though the equip costs are very expensive. And like my opponent just got blown out in that last turn, re-equipping and getting blown out, it's a tough one. But having the body that comes with the equipment first, I think is awesome. Looking to see what our opponent is going to do. If he has another play, he would play it, right? Like there's not a lot of choices here. Thunder Magic. Okay. Okay. So Aura Sight, get rid of the token, attack. 4. Yeah. It has ward, so we do have to pay for the ward. Okay, next turn we have 7 mana, plus if there's a land underneath this fat chocobo, we would have another one. Should my opponent play a really tough blocker, we could also just make this flying and attack. The traveling chocobo doesn't need to attack to have his power, his ability activated. And you could also, you know, go off. You could be in land under here, and under that could be something like Zaz's chocobo, and you can string them together. Catch a fish. Okay. He's gonna have to do something. Gonna have to put something on the battlefield that's faster, right? Go ahead. We know we're gonna draw land next turn. We have 7 mana to deal with here. We could play the fat chocobo. I think we do, right? Opponent's gonna have a tough time dealing with the board state from the fat chocobo. The lands, I believe, will trigger twice for this +1/+0 ability. And so opponents would have to have something. If they have something like fire magic, like here, they play this equipment, they play Lionheart, they kill Traveling Chocobo. Okay, but that's 4 of their mana. Then they got 3 mana left to play a creature, and they haven't been using their mana every turn. But okay, so they kill this, and with the 3 mana left, they make a 2/2. We come back and attack, right? Like, I'm having a hard time seeing how they're going to get out of this. They did flip to catch a fish. They have 7 mana. Okay. 3/4. Remember, if this double triggers, right, then you're going to attack for both, and he's going to be forced to block. None of this equipment costs 2. So, okay. Okay, that was a good play by the opponent. This will not double trigger, but we can put a +1/+1 counter on it, and then it will also trigger again. Let's go ahead and put in a tap land. Now the +1/+1 trigger can go here, because this will double. This one will be the second land that entered, so that's why this was going up to 4 power. Maybe the +1/+1 could have gone there for subsequent turns in case they needed to attack, in case he... No, but he would have to jump block anyway, so not too worried about that. Let's play another one. Get right back into it. I've really had a good time playing Jump into Final Fantasy. I think it really, all the decks have nailed their 2-color strategy, and they've been a lot of fun. Galley Cat. Yep. Zac Fair has not been a huge card for me. Okay, let's keep this. Without drawing anything else, we will start on tap land. Now we don't have to. Now we can start with Zac Fair, go right into Town Greeter. Opponent is on white, green also. we will go ahead and grab a forest. So, catch a fish. At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card. If it's an artifact or a creature, put it into your hand. If you put a card into your hand this way, create a food and transform this. Okay, good way to kind of move up on mana. The food token is good for Galley Cat. We can go ahead and get rid of town. Ooh, I like that. There's not much else I'm going to be able to do this turn. I am worried about a removal spell. But we do have Zac Fair, which can put its counters on target creature and make it indestructible. So if there's a Chocobo kick, that's what we will end up doing. Opponent attacks for 3. And what's the follow-up play here? 4 mana. Magitech armor. Okay. Okay. That is big. We could try and get Galley Cat out. Or we could hold up Slash of Light. Let's get Galley Cat because we're holding up Zac Fair. We're going to have to take 4 from this armor. And likely 3, so it looks like we're going to get hit for like 7 here. Get hit for 7, but then if they don't have a follow-up play, we're in good shape. If they go Fat Chocobo, if they go land Fat Chocobo, we are going to have some issues. Okay, the number of creatures you control. Okay. Yep. Now they didn't play a land, so they're only attacking for 4. Okay, I think that's probably reasonable. I think we're going to play Catch a Fish and hold up Slash of Light. Whether it's for the Snow Villagers, whether it's for a combination to do something. Guess we could have attacked for 1 since it has Vigilance, but I don't think the 1 is going to matter here. This is their 5th land. They didn't play something big last turn. They played Snow Villagers. Do they have something 5-drop? Do they have like a Chocobo Racetrack that's gonna be making creatures every turn? I don't like that attack. Yeah. We're gonna get... Okay. So a trick on their part means we lose Zac Fair, but we don't have the mana, right? Okay. Not good. Okay, so 7 mana. We have a 2/2 available. 2/1. We do have something to give indestructible for. Have 2 cards in hand. Okay, we'll have to see how this plays out. I don't think blocking with the Zaz Chocobo, the idea was obviously I thought I had Zach Fair up, and I did not. So blocking there, not what we're looking to do. If he only attacks with the 4/4, I don't block here. I'm looking to get a little bit more value from the blocking rather than these two attacking. Rather than these two trading for Magnetic Armor. Okay. Fat Chocobo. This would have been a nail in a coffin like 2 turns ago. Now, bad but not horrible. You could give something +1/+1 and indestructible, so it could kill something and still be a 4/4. Like, do we want to give this indestructible and then block? And move the +1/+1 counter over to him. I mean, if we're going to do that, we just don't have to do it this turn. This is 3 birds, okay. Now, going to combat, we attack with the Vigilance. He's going to want to swing with everything, since this is on a timer. Now, it's not the world's fastest timer, right? But it is on a timer. Now, it'll have an attack this turn and an attack possibly next turn. 3 cards in hand, so all about what he drew. If he just equips and attacks with everybody, we do a little bit of double blocking to make sure we have that taken care of. Okay. Okay, we passed the blockers. Now I think we double block here. Let's see what he does. Okay. Got rid of the flyer. He's afraid of the flyer. So keeping this galley cat alive is in our best interest. Yep, knights have flying. We need the food to keep Galley Cat up in the air. And we have to pass back. This is 6 mana to exile it and then tap up to 3 creatures and put a stun counter on them. Yeah, that is going to be really bad here. This is gain 3 life, right? Yeah. Yeah, so take 5, block 1, block the other, take 3, gain 3. But what about block? Block 2 blockers, and then one if I had popped the food. Okay. That was a good game. Just fell a little bit behind there and just had a hard time coming back out of it. Let's jump right into another one here. I don't think we were that close to winning the game. I think we were close to stabilizing the game. Much different from actually pulling ahead and winning the game. But stabilizing, I do think we had some chance there. Okay. This looks like a really good equipment side of the deck. A second planes would be really nice early on. If we don't get it, it's not the end of the world. We'll play Dragoon's Lance. We have Slash of Light and Lionheart for the Emperor, if that's what we need to do next turn. Next turn it would only be Slash of Light, but the Emperor would be around there also. Yep. I think we take the chance now. Next turn we have Lionheart. It's a 2/1. They have Vivi. Okay. A little jealous on his deck, but let's see what we can do. Traveling Chocobo is pretty good also. Play Traveling Chocobo first, in case you get to land. Pass back. Let's see what we have. Oh yeah. That is not going to be good for us. We are hoping that our Lionheart was going to take over, but it looks like theirs just did instead. Not a lot here. We could go see what other equipment we have. Let's do that first. We can get Paladin Arms and play it. So if my opponent doesn't have any 4 mana spells, we would not be in terrible trouble. But my assumption is they do. He's not going to attack with that. Oof. Well, this is trample, so you can block there, and sacrifice. You can't sacrifice. Okay. Deal 2 damage, but not enough to do anything serious. I think this one we're going to have to concede. And get back in and jump into another one. I think that was 2 wins and 2 losses there, right? I think we were off to a good start, but then the last 2 games did not work out in our favor. So let's see on this best of 5 series, let's see if we can get back into a winning way. It is a fun deck for some reason. The Chocobos, they are fun to play with, and the weapons I think are powerful. Yeah, +1/+1 for each equipment you control. It is a little harder to get equipment out, but if this creature sticks around for a while, or if you can Chocobo kick and get it in to attack once or twice, it can be really powerful. Zaz Chocobo is going to grow and grow, so you need to also be on some kind of growth plan. I wonder if it's just... It's going to be a 2/3 next turn, right? Is it worth just kicking it right now? No, because you can't attack, right? I think that's the problem with it. There's no way he doesn't have a land, right? He has to have a trick about getting a land into play. Otherwise, that would be a really poor attack. Yep. Yep. Oh, he could put a +1 counter on that. I mean, he could have. Like here, do we have to just do Chocobo's kick and get it off the battlefield, right? If the spell was kicked, it deals twice as much damage. I just think we probably have to. And this is return a land. Yep. It's a big hit. It's a big life swing also with the life link, but you just got to get Zaz Chocobo off the battlefield when you can. Otherwise, it's going to grow to a size that you're not going to be ready for. Next turn, we have Lionheart, and we also have Paladin Arms. So if he plays maybe 2 2-drops, we'd be able to Lionheart one of them away. Yep. Is it going to end up being 2 of them? Or does he only have 1? Zach Fair. Chocobo kick. Okay, well, we'll sacrifice it just to get a counter. And we'll play the Lionheart. We are a land behind because we had to put the land back in our hand, right? Chocobo Racetrack and a land, meaning he's going to have a 2-2, which is fine. I mean, we just attack here, right? The difference between 5 lifelink and 6 lifelink, it's not going to matter. We play Catch a Fish and see what happens next turn. A creature or artifact into our hands, and it flips. Basically a land or the few combat tricks that we do have. Go back there. He's getting 2 basic lands. Okay. He's gonna have multiple triggers. Yep. And we can okay, so 6 mana, we could equip everything on him, right? And if we do, it is 9/6, but he could double block. In fact, he should double block. We could play the flyer, give him a counter. That's his 5th point of health, which means he'd wipe the board if you... we could just play Fat Chocobo, right? Let's go get a flyer out there. In order to trade, he's going to need the triple block, yep. So we end up with just 1 creature on the board, 41 life. He's at 7. He's going to have to take care of this flyer one way or another. He's going to put a lot of guys on the ground. And I think it's just not going to matter. Fat Chocobo, and then Lionheart. He's gonna have to get rid of the flyer this turn. None of this stuff on the ground is gonna matter. He's gonna play a land and make 2 more 2/2s. Yeah. Awesome. Well, that's Weapons and Chocobo, combination I haven't tried before. I think out of 5 games, I think that was 3 and 2. Please leave a comment below on if you've ever played Weapons with Chocobo, and if you enjoyed it, if you thought it was powerful. I really liked it. I think the Chocobo deck is a lot of fun, and Weapons, the Dragoon's Lance to give something jump and just put it in the air, takes the power level over the top there. So I'm going to end it here. I will see you guys next time. Please like and subscribe, and comments below really help a growing channel gain more traction. So if you have a chance to support the channel, there is an Amazon affiliate link in the store in the description below. That also helps us quite a bit. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.